Strip them off their titles now. Archbishop Justin Welby slams Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for being rude to late Queen Elizabeth during sermon. By the end of this article, you'll uncover the shocking moments that have left the world buzzing. You'll ask yourself, should Harry and Meghan still hold their royal titles? This story is a wild ride of royal drama, fiery sermons, and the unraveling of family ties. Archbishop Justin Welby recently gave a sermon that dropped bombshells. Known for his careful words, Welby surprisingly slammed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. He called out their rudeness toward the late Queen Elizabeth, shocking everyone. But why did Welby go so far? What did Harry and Meghan do to deserve this? And should they lose their royal titles for it? Before we dive into the details, let's reflect. Have we ever seen royals publicly scolded like this? By the head of the church, no less. It raises big questions about the House of Windsor. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been at odds with the royal family for years. Their explosive interview with Oprah and decision to step back from royal duties made headlines. But things got worse after Queen Elizabeth II passed away. Reports say tensions between the Sussexes and the family grew. Their behavior toward the Queen was seen as disrespectful. This included public statements, airing family grievances, and not visiting enough. Welby's sermon reopened old wounds. It sparked a debate over whether Harry and Meghan should keep their royal titles. Imagine being in a packed cathedral, the stained glass windows casting colorful light. Archbishop Welby stands at the front, his voice echoing. His sermon starts with reverence for the late Queen, but then shifts. They showed great disrespect to Her Majesty, Welby said, his voice heavy with disappointment. He accused the couple of being rude to the Queen during her final years. Let's pause for a second. Can you imagine the shockwaves in that room? A respected figure like Welby publicly condemning Harry and Meghan? This was a strong verbal rebuke. But why now? Why after the Queen's passing? What does this mean for the couple's future in the royal family? The sermon ended, and the whispers started. Social media exploded with opinions. Experts weighed in, saying Welby's words could be the final straw in the debate over Harry and Meghan's titles. Think about it. What does it mean to hold a title if you're not fulfilling your duties? Many believe the Sussexes have lost their right to such titles by leaving the UK and distancing themselves from the royal family. But others see it differently. Harry was born a prince. Stripping him of his title could be seen as cruel. And Meghan married into the royal family hoping to make a difference, only to face opposition from the oldest institution. What's your take on this? Should they lose their titles for good, or do they still have a place within the monarchy? People are divided on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Some think they were unfairly attacked by the press. They believe stepping away was brave for their mental health. Others see them as traitors to the crown. They think they constantly criticize the institution that gave them titles. Archbishop Welby's sermon has made things worse. Some praise him for telling the truth. Others say he crossed a line. Should the Church of England's leader take sides in a family fight? Let's face it, the British royal family is always in the news. But this time, it feels personal. It makes us wonder if there's a way for the Sussexes and the rest of the family to make up. What happens next? The future of Harry and Meghan. What's next for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Will they keep building their life in the US? Or will criticism from the British press and Archbishop Welby push them away from their royal roots? One thing is sure, the royal family and the headlines aren't going anywhere. The story of Harry and Meghan is far from over. Maybe you're wondering, what would it take for the couple to repair their relationship with the royal family? Is reconciliation even possible at this point, or have the bridges been burned beyond repair? As you read about royal life, one thing is clear, the monarchy is changing. So are our views on being a royal in today's world. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Should Harry and Meghan lose their titles after Archbishop Welby's scathing remarks? Or do they still deserve a place in the royal family? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. This isn't just about titles, it's about respect, legacy, and family expectations. And, if nothing else, it's proof that even in the most prestigious circles, family drama is something we can all relate to. It's hard to talk about this without thinking about the late Queen Elizabeth. She was known for her grace and strength. Her quiet strength carried the monarchy through many storms. But how would she feel about the rift after her passing? Would Queen Elizabeth have wanted Harry and Meghan to lose their titles? It's a complicated question. On one hand, the Queen valued duty and loyalty to the monarchy. She believed in upholding traditions. In that sense, she might not have tolerated behavior that could harm the royal family's reputation. On the other hand, Queen Elizabeth was a grandmother. She loved her family deeply. She was known for her diplomacy, often navigating family dynamics with grace. In many ways, the Queen's approach to the Sussexes was balanced. She respected their decision but hoped for reconciliation. Now, without her, will the bridges crumble, or is there still a chance for making up? Of course, we can't talk about Harry and Meghan's journey without addressing the media. From the start, they faced intense scrutiny. Every move, statement, and appearance was analyzed and sometimes sensationalized. Has the media widened the gap between the Sussexes and the royal family? Many think so. The constant coverage of their actions has fueled the tension. Headlines often portray Harry and Meghan as rebels or victims of a system they can't fit into. Would things be different without the media's involvement? Without the endless stories, might the family have healed their wounds privately? It's a question worth exploring. The media might just reflect public curiosity about the royals. The monarchy has always fascinated people. The question is, has this fascination turned harmful in today's fast-paced news cycle? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's story reflects a bigger societal conversation. It's about tradition versus modernity, duty versus personal freedom. Their choice to leave royal life shows a growing desire for personal definition, free from others' expectations. Many find their story relatable, despite their royal status. Who hasn't felt family pressure or struggled with personal desires versus expected roles? Their journey is a modern tale of identity and authenticity. This relatability is why their story grabs global attention. They are not just royals, they are symbols of the human experience, playing out on a global stage. The Sussexes' story raises a big question. What's the future of the British monarchy? As the world changes, the monarchy must adapt. Younger generations question its relevance, demanding change on issues like transparency and equality. The Sussexes' decision to step back is a sign of these shifts. It shows the monarchy must evolve to stay relevant. Archbishop Welby's sermon highlights this bigger issue, the monarchy's future. As people challenge traditional royal roles, the monarchy must bridge the old and new. This is a daunting task. What if Harry and Meghan lose their titles? This possibility has been discussed before, but Welby's comments have brought it back into focus. Losing their titles would be a historic move. But what would it mean? It would signal the Sussexes are no longer part of the royal family's inner circle. Without titles, they'd be private citizens, free from royal expectations. But they'd also lose the status and opportunities that come with being a duke and duchess. On the other hand, losing titles could be liberating. Harry and Meghan have sought more freedom and independence. Shedding their royal titles might let them fully embrace a new life outside the monarchy. But would this be a victory or a painful loss of identity? Harry has always been a royal. While he may want to distance himself, his royal status is a core part of his identity. As we conclude this journey through royal drama, one thing is clear. The debate over Harry and Meghan's titles is far from over. Archbishop Welby's sermon has added complexity to the already tangled web of family dynamics, public opinion, and royal tradition. What's the final verdict on Harry and Meghan? Should they lose their titles for disrespecting the Queen, or get a second chance? This question is hard to answer and will be debated for years. The story of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is far from over. They'll keep facing scrutiny as they live outside the royal spotlight. We all wonder if they'll ever find peace, caught between royalty and real life. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts. Should Harry and Meghan keep their titles or start anew? Share your opinions in the comments and let's keep the debate alive. Whether you support the Sussexes or the monarchy, this story is historic. It shows that even powerful families face love, loyalty, and legacy challenges. As we conclude this deep dive, a big question remains: what precedent does this set for future royals? With Harry and Meghan's new path, how will others navigate their roles? The world is changing, and so is the monarchy. Young royals like Prince George and Princess Charlotte will face different expectations. They might choose to follow Harry and Meghan's lead, stepping back for personal pursuits. Or they might learn from the Sussexes' backlash. The monarchy is transforming, and its future is uncertain. It must decide whether to embrace change or risk becoming outdated. As people worldwide seek to define their own paths, the royal family is at a crossroads. Lessons we can all learn from the Sussexes' journey. The drama of royal life may seem far away, but there are lessons for us all. Their story teaches us about personal growth, courage, and happiness in adversity. They chose to step back for their mental health and family. This shows us the power to prioritize our well-being, even with external pressures. It's about setting boundaries, protecting peace, and staying true to ourselves. Their journey also shows the importance of finding your voice. Harry and Meghan faced criticism but stayed true to themselves. Their story is a powerful reminder of the courage to forge your own path. Reflect on their story and how you can apply these lessons. Are there boundaries you need to set? Expectations you've followed too closely? What steps can you take to live more authentically, even if it's hard?